Hey, how you doing, everybody? As always, this is J.D. Lewis with Untamed Conversations, coming at you with another episode of my fun yet interesting podcast. What I want to talk about today is the way we treat people, and just lately what I've been seeing in the world, in the workplace, everything in general, man. Like, I don't understand, People treat each other like shit. You yell at people, you swear at people, you make fun of people for not having the best clothes, the best cars, for not having a house, not having this, not having that. We're going to get into that after. But I just want to start with, in general, just listening to people fucking go crazy on each other about politics. I'm going to start there. I've left politics off my podcast. I'm really not going to get into them still right now. I just want to talk about the fact that it's fucking crazy to me. Listen, you vote for who you vote for. I get that. Your decision, your choice. Do what the fuck you want to do, man. 100%. What bothers me is how fucking nuts people are, okay? Treat people with respect. You're voting for Trump. You're voting for Kamala Harris. Good for you. Good for you. The three of us can go out. Let's get a drink. Let's hang out. Let's talk. Let's bullshit. I don't fucking care, okay? I get it. There's a lot of different shit going on in the world, and each person will bring something different to the United States, and that I do understand, okay? And yes, I have a person I'm going to vote for. Nobody needs to know. I'm not going to tell anybody. But at the end of the day, if I vote for somebody and you find out who it is and you don't talk to me anymore, that's on you, man. I've lost friends over crazy shit before, and this is considered to me crazy. Again, you have diehards left, diehards right. And I think to each his own. You have your own opinions, that's fine. But don't come for somebody else's head. Let it go. Don't lose friends because of politics. If you lose friends over politics, you were never friends in the first place, and that relationship should have been dead 10 years. So we're going to start. Secondly, talking about being nice. Just ripping on people, bullying, all that bullshit. I mean, I'm bringing this up hard right now because my daughter starts school next week, and luckily, knock on wood, she does not get bullied. I know there are kids in my family, in my extended family that do get bullied, and it's absolute bullshit. You can see that I am very strong on this one. You should not be bullying people. I mean, we had fun when we were in school, middle school, high school. We used to break each other's balls, break each other's stones, do funny shit, but we didn't embarrass people. We didn't have social media. We didn't put you on the internet if you walked into class with old shoes, old clothes. If you were in drama club acting and you didn't play sports, we didn't rip on each other. We were all fucking friends, man. And yeah, I've sworn a lot this episode because this shit hits me deep. Bullying is not okay. It is not something that should be done. Kids take their own lives because of bullying. 9, 10-year-olds because they can't deal with the bullshit. And to me, you tell me what you want. That shit starts at home. If your kid's bullying everybody, one of two things is happening. One, you're a complete piece of shit and you're being terrible to your child, so your child doesn't have an out, so then they take it out on other people. Or two, you tell them to do this, they see you do it, and they're influenced by you. I will say, if you're number two, if you're the one who influences your kids to bully, and that's how you act to other people, like you treat waiters, waitresses, bartenders, and stuff like shit, that's a whole nother conversation. I like to get to the root cause of things. If I find a kid's bullying my daughter or somebody else, I'm going to ask what's going on. If they tell me they have some stuff going on at home, they have a rough life, things of that nature, I want to chat with them. I want to figure out what's going on. I want to talk to the parents and see how could we help. Is there anything we can do to make it easier on you guys so that your child doesn't have to deal with this? But if you're number two, like I said before, where your kid watches you treat people like shit so they do it, that's a whole nother story, man. If you got a kid like that starts making fun of my daughter, there's going to be no talking. Because if you're just an outright scumbag piece of shit person, well, I don't have time for that. I like to solve problems and get to the root of the problem, but that's not a problem. That just means you and whoever else, you're just an ass. Bullying is very big in this country, and we need to take a look and see how we can stop it. No child deserves to be bullied. No child deserves to be made fun of or felt like they're less of a person because of what they wear, what they eat, where they come from, the color of their skin. None of that. It's 2024. We need to find a way as parents and as adults, and if you're not a parent, just an adult, to stop that shit. Let's get that shit out of here, okay? And also, when it comes to adults, adults getting bullied in the workplace, adults getting bullied at home, and that's absolutely insane to me too. How the fuck do you bully an adult in 2024? Like, leave people alone. Okay, I've realized, and this is huge for me now. I started a new job. You know what I mean? And I had a lot of friends in my old job. I like the people I work with at my new job, but that doesn't mean I'm going to have best friends again. Leave people alone. I say hello, I go to work, I do my job, and I really actually enjoy the people I work with now as well. So who knows what that's going to turn out to be. But I will say, like, bullying is just not okay. Like, there's no reason to bash on somebody because you're having a bad day or you feel bad or somebody treated you like shit 10 years ago. The one thing I will say is we do need to give a break a little bit. People are labeled, and unfortunately sometimes you do things and you get labeled forever. I have a lot of friends that were bullies back in the day. I don't think we were called bullies back in the day because, again, we did it to each other. It wasn't just one person doing it to the other person and then leaving. But you change. You look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, that was fun at one point. But if you're 34, 35, 36, and so on, years old, and you're at parties going out of your way to make fun of people, then you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say one of two things. Either, wow, I'm a big asshole, and this is why nobody likes me. Or two, you have some deep-rooted issues that you need to work on before you're allowed to be a person and before you're allowed to go out and talk to people. Because you don't know what people are going through. Somebody might be on their last fucking breath because they can't take life anymore. And all they want is to hear a nice thing, and then you got this asshole in the corner that makes fun of you. And it's not right. I think we need to really, really focus on lifting people up, lifting their spirits, and not caring about where they are in life, what they have in life, whether you're in a house, whether you're in an apartment, whether you're, let's try to help people. Let's make people's lives better. That's a big thing for me. Like I said, I've lost friends over certain things, and I think some of them, it was better off losing those friends. But I refuse to let that happen nowadays. I mean, there's always a way to figure out how to fix what's going on. And I think, I will say, and I want to throw this out there, that teachers do an amazing job. Y'all are doing a great job taking care of the kids, making sure that kids aren't getting bullied. I know you can't stop it all the time, but I will say, especially the school my daughter goes to, and all those teachers are amazing. They all take care of her and all the students. Nobody is left behind, and I like that. I think that we need to work on that more, and not just like for students, and whether it be young kids, high school students, college students. We all need to get, I think we all need a second chance, and if you fucked up back in the day and you were a bully, or not even just a bully, you were just an asshole, make amends. It's 15, 20 years later, you're not that same person. If you are, then that's on you. I mean, you need a lot more than just to make amends. You need mental health and you need a lot of treatment. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think that we can all learn from each other. No matter what side of the fence you're on, we can all learn from each other. And that's just one thing I wanted to say. It's been on my mind all week. Don't like seeing people get bullied. I don't like seeing people get treated like shit. There's a lot of things that I wish I did differently as a kid, obviously. And whatever, you live and learn. I think when you live and learn, you can figure it out and you can be a better person. Let's think about that for a second. Have you bullied somebody in the past? Have you stopped being friends with somebody in the past because of their beliefs? Whether it be religious, political, things of that nature. Maybe you need to go back and talk to that person. You need to go back and think, what the hell was I going through at that time that I decided to not be friends with them, or vice versa. I can tell you right now, I guarantee a lot of people that lost friends over shit like that, those people still want to be friends. And they probably think about you often, and they probably think, what the hell did I do to mess this up? So try to be the bigger person. And I've done that. I was the bigger person. I've made amends with some friends that it wasn't bullying, it was other shit, and we fixed it. But this has been on my mind all week. And this is why I wanted to throw it onto the podcast. The abuse and the bullying and the narcissistic behavior. Don't pretend it's not you. If you are that person, stop telling yourself that you're not, because that's not going to help you in the long run. You're not going to get help for it. I think that, again, if you are that person, let's fix it. Give me a call, shoot me a text. Let's figure out how we can get you out of, being that person you are and kind of starting a different life. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are literally one or two, maybe just one or two little steps away from being better people. And I've been doing it. I've gotten there. I still have work to do. But there's other people that I know and that I've talked to that they're literally right there. All they need to do is just be a little bit better of a person. Take that one extra step, and I feel like everything will come back into their life, all positive. You get out what you put in, and I believe that. So if you put in the work, you're going to succeed. I think that whether, and this is just real quick for not talking about work, but just saying, you put in the work, you're going to succeed. Feel like you're putting in the work at your place of employment. Let's say maybe you're not getting it right away, you're not picking it up. As long as you show effort and that you're working, the place you work for is going to figure something out for you. They're going to figure a new position out for you or a new training way to make sure that you figure everything out. So just keep pushing, everybody out there. Keep doing your thing. But again, like I said, with the school year right around the corner, talk to your kids. Talk to your kids about people that look different, act different, children with disabilities. I will say our daughter, at first, when we first, she was like, I would tell her, don't stare. And, I changed that. I changed that mindset. Instead of saying, don't stare, I said, hey, Henny, is there something going on where maybe you want to go talk to this person or, be a friend or play with this person? And that worked. So now every time something like, obviously she's a little older now, but anytime that something like that happened, she would go up to the person and ask them to play. Whether you're in a wheelchair, whatever you have, Down syndrome, whatever. I mean, our daughter has become friends with everybody, and I love that shit. I don't think you should judge a book by its cover. I mean, you never know. I think that everybody needs compassion and love. Everybody just wants to feel like they fit in. So, again, when you see all these people and you see people going to school and you see this and you see that, you see the people that take the bus to school, maybe they don't have a car yet and things of that nature, just be nice. Just treat these people like they are your brother or sister. Because I know for a fact, if I found out that somebody was bullying somebody like that, like a sister or family member, all bets would be off. So how about before you decide to say that next hurtful comment, before you decide to go out of your way to do that funny prank on somebody that maybe it is funny and it's harmless, but you did it in front of 70 people in the cafeteria in a high school, and obviously everybody has their phones out on social media. So let's say this person doesn't necessarily care right now, but those 70 people upload to their Instagrams, Facebook, TikToks, and that 70 turns into 20 million people. This person's going to have a hard day. So I think we need to be able to use our head and just be good people. Nobody's perfect. I know that, and we all slip up. But again, like I said, if you're going to slip up, make sure you can fix it. Make sure you can apologize, because there are certain things you can't come back from. So if you're really feeling some sort of way, give me a call, give me a shout, let's talk about it. Let's see if we can get you the help you need. But that was really the biggest part of this episode today. That is the biggest part, is treating people nicely, forgetting about the differences that your friends had and still being friends. And again, number one, as always, don't fucking bully people. Take care of our youth. Take care of our children. They need it more than we ever needed it, okay? The generations before us, my generation and before us, our generation, we were able to handle it a little different, I think. These kids nowadays, I'm not going to call, I'm not saying, they're just different, let's put it that way, more sensitive and whatnot. They can't handle that bullying as much as we can. So at the end of the day, if you see somebody getting abused mentally and they're losing it, stop the bullying. If you're a teacher, jump in the middle of it, and I will say I don't have to speak for teachers, because every teacher I've ever met is an amazing person that sticks up for bullying, stops it, makes sure it doesn't happen. Just be a good person. Because there's going to be people coming back from the summer going to school where their kids don't have new shoes. They don't have new clothes. And those are, I feel, luxuries that a lot of us take for granted, all of us. And I was one of them at one point where I just, I used to think everybody had what I had, and that wasn't the case. So, like I said, treat people right. Make sure you're friends with them. Bring people into your inner circle. If you see somebody walking alone or being ignored, go up to them, high five, hug it out, fist bump. Make sure they know that people care. Okay? But again, this has been really my anti-bullying episode right before school. I hope that everybody's having a great summer. I know school starts next week, so I hope all the kids have a great, great first day of school. Can't wait to see all the pictures. I know we're going to be posting pictures. But as always, this has been JD Lewis with Untamed Conversations. Everybody have a great day.